True friendships come when the silence between two people is comfortable. That's a quote by David Tyson. And welcome to our stream today. I'm here with Nature Call. Hi, Nature Call.
Hey guys, no, I'm Nature Call. It's just a name that my friends gave me just because I use that word a ton. And my friend over here, I can't really say the word clearly, so it's kind of a fun name for him, Mr. Porter Party. He'll introduce himself.
Right, exactly. So we thought about taking silly names because at the end we talk about topics that really get close to us and we want to share our emotions, feelings, but also have fun on those podcasts. I think life is anyway too serious, so that's why not giving us silly names and we can smile from time. If you have heard the quote already today about the podcast, it's all about friendships. Something I think for a lot of people is really important, especially true friendships. I don't know, Nature Call, true friendship. What do you think? What is that for you?
True friendships. I think true friendship is really hard to come by. Uh, it gets tested over a number of years. It what you sometimes feel is your true friend actually feels actually is an impersonator and it's not your true friend. So it really does test through time, money, other friendships, relationships, trust, work, and everything. So it's hard to come by in my words. But what do you think, Porta Potty?
I think trust is really a good word you said. So trust. Um, I need to be open to my friend, right? I need to know that I not goes behind my back and now tells, hey, look, Potty did said this and this to someone else, right? I mean, I want to trust. I want to open up, show vulnerable to someone, and I think it's kind of hard those days to find really someone you can fully trust.
Yeah, it is really tough to find who we can truly trust. But that's the beauty of life, right? We gotta take a leap of faith sometimes. And sometimes it's like just having good energy. Like how we both met each other. I know at starting we would just have like these um, light level jokes. And then slowly, when we got some round of beers, we were able to get into deeper conversations and could feel that connection and the vibe that um, we're just having a good time together. And we're able to even have serious conversations of what should be our next moves.
So how important is for you then friendship? What you would say?
I'm sorry, what you say?
Like how important is for you friendship?
I think friendship is everything, brother. I think friendship is that you need friendship with your parents. You need friendship with not only your friends, even if you're in a relationship or a dating partner. Friendship is pretty much you could not live your life without friendship. Friendship can, make or break you. You have to be very careful about also setting boundaries or which kind of friends you want to have in your life. I used to have about 300 friends before.
What?
And yeah, so I was a social butterfly in my college. And
Okay.
I graduated and I realized that either there was like backstabbing or the people who were jealous, or just
Ah.
like and my face told me that they loved me, but they truly didn't love me.
Yeah, yeah,
And it took a number of years to like figure out from my friends that which ones are truly my friends. So yeah, it's taken a solid 5 years, and now I know I have a total of four friends in my life,
so for
and they
300
are
friends, you went down to four friends?
yeah,
That's a hard
yeah.
cut, man.
It's a pretty deep cut. Yeah, I
Yeah.
let go a lot of people. A lot of people I
So
let go.
because you realize they are not really there for you, or how you defined like good friend, true friend, to like you said, someone stab your back, which is sounds extreme, but I understand what you mean. But you just like you call them and like they are there for you, like even though you haven't heard back from them for a while, in case something happened, they are there for you.
Yeah, I would say like the others weren't really my cup of tea. And everybody has their own friendships, right? So like people prefer their own kind of friends. I'm a I love sports, so
Yeah.
as you can tell, I have Yankees. I'm
Yankee.
a old school, and I love them. Being in New York City, but I think the friends that I'm talking about, the four I have, I think friends, to name them friends would be a rude word. I would say they're basically my life. So I can trust them with my life and I can ask for anything at any moment, as weird as the request might be. It will not be why, there won't be questions. The
Mm.
people who are supporting me in every step of the way, they'll be like, hey, if it's something urgent, it'll get taken care of right then and there. And later, if I have, they might ask me question later that why did we do this. But it's and it's the same. It's not just them doing for me, it's for me doing for them.
Yeah.
Like, we are there for each other to thick and thin. You might find a lot of friends during good times, but the true friends, I feel, are the ones that stay during your bad times or your lonely times. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
they shaping your personality. What I always find interesting is kind of that you are kind of a mix of your best friends, right? Because you are around with them, you sharing information with them, behaviors, and at the end you kind of, I think I wrote that somewhere as well, like you're kind of the mix of those people which you are surrounded the most, right? And so to pick wisely, pick wisely your best friends, really pick them that you can grow with them, right? Not friends they bring you down, or friends that are jealous about you that you might have success, right? Because a true friend says, hey, great man, I'm proud of you, I mean, and supports you on your journey, and not like, hey, I'm not liking that you're moving now to New York City, as an example, you're far away from me. Like they say, I'm so happy for you that you moved now to New York City and can to follow your dream, right? I think that was for me really important, because I moved from Switzerland, and it was hard for me, I mean, I had really close friends there, which I saw so many times during the week,
yeah,
weekends. As you said, they were my life,
yeah.
and now suddenly you're in New York City and there's no one, just like,
No one.
yeah, I mean, meanwhile,
I
but
cannot say things to you. The video. You lucky piece.
yeah, you know what I mean. I mean,
I
when
know.
you're moving, everything is new. How to make friends? I mean, I'm in my mid 30s, right? I mean, I'm not going to school anymore. It's not like you have school people around you, and so you have to make friends. It's kind
Yeah.
of, I don't want to be a creep. Like, hey, you wanna be my friend?
Well, look at the bright side. I can ask the audience, guys, if any one of you guys really think he looks like mid 30s. This man looks like his younger 20s, you know. And
Still, I don't go to college, so I cannot go
okay,
in,
you don't go
knock
to,
on the doors
you,
of
you
college.
could go to college if you wanted to go in
I can
masters
be.
and, like, I don't know, MBA
Yeah,
or whatever,
true, true.
doctors and
You're right.
super smart people, right?
Yeah.
But no, I get your point when you say, like, it's. So let me ask you this: so you moved here, it's tough to make friends.
Mm.
How have you handled that time, and how did you make new friends, or which are the people you felt connected to, or what is something
Mm.
about other people that you like that you feel can become like your lifelong friends?
That I think sharing same interests and same beliefs, and I don't say now political or religion stuff. I'm really open minded there. I'm just saying how you see the world, right? I mean, going through similar experience, and especially in New York City, I think it's a great place because you have so many foreigners, so much culture. People also go through the same things like you do, and I think it's just like finding then the right community, right? And
Yeah,
and also there, I mean, you always have people. What I learned in life, you always have people you don't get along, or you don't have to get along. Like, okay, they're nice people maybe or not, but I don't need to be best friends with them. I don't have to go drink a
yeah,
beer with them, right? But I think sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it's really interesting how it works, because sometimes when I met you, as an example, right, there was
yeah,
already, in a way, a connection, because we kind of shared the same humor. We made fun of each other, like, and we didn't took it personally, and we started to, from the small chats, we had more and more conversation, and then you
yeah,
realize, hey, there's a connection, right? I mean, there's more than just uh, yeah, say hi and bye, right? Basically.
yeah. Definitely. I think when we grabbed the first round of beers, which was at the most unexpected place, so we're having karaoke. and dancing was happening
Yeah.
while we were thinking it's a quiet bar to just grab a drink,
And just guys,
which was
just
fun.
interrupting you now because just that you know, he sung a really lovely romantic song and he was looking at me and I was like, bro, what you looking at me? But that made you sympathetic. I mean, it was like, that's fun.
It was. Well, look at the bright side. You got a romantic song out that night, so then you gotta be happy. I wonder how many other people would have done that for you. So we
Oh.
could have put them in lines and start charging money. But no, it was a fun night of like reaching out and like connecting with
Mm.
our what our next year or the next 2 year plans are. I know that we're due for conversations of 5 and 10 years, but it was kind of nice to discuss what we do plan and what we have in our minds that we're thinking,
Mm.
and things we want to achieve. And I thought I was crazy about what I want to achieve. Welcome to Porta Party. You know, he's probably going to be the whitest Porta Party out there, but he definitely has a lot of growth coming his way. A little that is even scary for me being as a friend, but we'll just get through all of it together. That's how we are. That's how we roll.
Yeah, and I think true friendships. I mean, you don't have to hear it every day from my best friends. I mean, I can be silent with them for a month, and I know they're thinking about me. And if there's something, I can call them, or the other way around, right? I mean, but I think what I realized when I look back, who are my friends now, right? I mean, you said you reduced from 300 people to four, which is a
Yeah.
huge cut. But so for me, it shows for you quality is more important than quantity, right? Because for many
Yes.
people, I guess, out there, it's important that you never feel alone and you always have people around you. But I'm the same like you. For me, quality is more, right? And what I realized is I also had a lot of friends, not 300, but I had uh, some more. And I realized I did an experiment. Like, I stopped texting because I was
Okay.
always the guy who initiated the text or call, right? And I wanted to see which of those 30, 40 friends I have really care about me and text me and ask me how I'm doing. It could be a small thing like just, hey, what's up, right? Like, and it was really shocking for me and sad in a way to see kind of, oh, this kind of a handful or a little bit more left who really text you, right? I mean, and but also on the other hand, it felt like okay, but then I can put my energy because I think friendship also, like a relationship, takes time and effort to really put. You have to put in work, right? But it
Yes.
makes life easier if you know, okay, I have a handful or a little bit more friends which I really know they are there for me and care for me, right? Instead of 30, 40, which, yeah, say hi and bye, right? Again, yeah.
I think when you say 30, 40, clearly shows you have a better people filter than I do. So 300 is not a great side. It actually shows that I just make friends with anything that moves.
Mm.
So I think you were better at selecting your 40 group. But I think the filter option that you did of not reaching out and doing the first initiation and them reaching out to you is a good way to figure out um, what kind of friends you're looking in your life. But also, you got to be careful. Some of your best friends could be very busy at that time or are growing and they don't have time to reach out to you. So mine just went, for me, it was easy because I was like figuring out who are the people who are growing or have already grown and are where I would like to be.
Mm.
So, and at times, interestingly, between all my four friends, I have one of my buddies. Uh, you know, he enjoys living life as we did when we were in college, and he loves it to death. And I actually love that about him. I feel like he is enjoying those college years still today. He's older than me, so he's been enjoying, even though he's graduated, he's still living a fun life of just playing, pickleball, volleyball, hockey, and he just plays those games. And then he teaches and he coaches, and he's living in that small space, and he's very happy with his life.
Mm.
So I think it's just you need to choose which friends you want to keep grow with you, which friends who have grown, or which friends are just happy to be within their bubble. For me, the biggest thing is like their personality, their soul, their morals, what kind of a person they are to others. So yeah, it's kind of tough thing to find. So I'm also very picky. It's my weakness. But yeah,
But have you
it's,
realized that some friends has really changed over a couple of years? That you're like, I mean, I think kids and marriage is a big topic, right? I think we talked about it another day. That some
yeah,
friends are really, they get really silo. Like, I mean, uh, like you don't suddenly you don't hear anything anymore. Like, oh, it's always kids, and I understand kids, and don't get me wrong,
yeah.
I want to have kids and everything, but still, that they don't.
Do you?
Do you? Well, yeah. One day. That I
No,
think I'm
I hear
afraid
you on
about
that.
going there. You know, I'm afraid I'm become like someone who's like, oh, now I don't have time anymore because I have kids, and I mean, I want to still hang out with my friends, right? I mean, of course, cannot be the same amount like now, but still, I don't want to miss that. You know, I think that's important. Friends should stay even though you have other things going on in your life, right?
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you there. I've had yeah. What I shared with a buddy is that I had a few friends who actually got married, and I was a single guy left out of my circle of friends. And people were like, "Hey, once you get married, then we all can hang out." But other than that, it's been really nice knowing you. And I was like, "What did I do wrong? I'm single. It's not my fault that I'm single, or I don't have anyone that I feel that close to." Um, but I realized that sometimes even some of your best friends that you think are will be lifelong friends are actually your seasonal friends. So after I graduated out of college, I realized that I have to move on from those friends, and it was a tough call. It was not easy, but I was hardly hearing from them ever. And even when I heard from them, they were just like, "Oh, my life is tough. I have a kid. I have a wife. I don't want to talk about it. What's happening in your life?" And you're like, it didn't really feel like a conversation anymore. It felt like, and I didn't have much. I just was like, oh, I play my sports, I go my college, or I'm doing work. So we actually lost things. We didn't have anything to talk about. So all we could do was drink and like play pool because I love playing pool. Um, but yeah, slowly I think they also were like, I realized that they were looking more for a situationship and not friendship. But they were like, only if you meet this criteria of being married, then we can. I was like, that's not what friendship is for me.
Yeah.
Friendship is like what we both would like to do, and we would love to hang out with each other and enjoy and laugh and like be like, man, help each other out or like grow together or even like just laugh on the silliest things. That's what friendship is for me. But clearly, they were not on that same page. So yeah, bye.
Yeah, I see that. And for me, I think I have a couple of best friends, I would call them, but there's still, I think, one person really where I would consider the best of my best friends. Let's call it like that. And interesting for me, it's that guy I knew for a while, and I can be vulnerable with him, and he wouldn't judge me. You know, like I can share with him things where I would not share with anyone, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
and deep secrets, like really how I feel, which other people would look at you was like, what the heck is going on with you? I mean, grow up, or like be a man, you know? And like, yeah, but sometimes you also want to share things, maybe they are really personal, and you felt in, and yeah, you need someone, right? And it's interesting because that person does the same with me, and they are really where you can show vulnerability and be really open to the person, and he didn't judge you, and he's just like, hey, I've been there, or I understand you. I think that's for me then the gap to really be, you know, like even best friends sometimes.
yeah.
It sounds a bit weird, I know, but that's how I differentiate that a
No,
bit. Yeah.
I don't think it's weird. I think very important that with your best friends that you can be vulnerable and able to express your feelings. And actually sometimes it helps to have another guy because at times even though the girls are there and they're very helpful, they're very emotionally connected, and they have the empathy side. But a guy can understand where the guy's coming from, where he's unable to share that with any of his parents or siblings or
Mm.
so forth, but he feels comfortable to share with a friend. Plus, he knows it will never get out. It will stay with him, get an honest feedback, or sometimes we're not even looking for a solution. We're just wanting an ear to listen to us, and then forget about it.
Mm.
It's just actually us talking to ourselves, but through a friend, we are able to talk to ourselves, and he's the intermediary. But yeah, I totally hear you on that. I respect that. I don't. I'm. God's been kind. I have a few friends who I can speak anything to. And I'm hoping that you and Poopyhead get on that same level. That's why we are doing this fun thing together and figuring it out. So yeah.
Yeah, Poopyhead, by the way, guys, this is another good brother of us who unfortunately cannot be with us, but we are happy for him because he's traveling. He's
Yes.
going to Europe, traveling, follow his dream. So, but we will have him for sure next time with us.
Yes. But Poopy Head is a very important thing you need to know what Poopy Head is. Poopy Head has 60 besties. None of us really know.
Who they are.
We went for his housewarming party, and Poopy Head was like, "You are 66 of my besties." And I was like, "Wait, how do you have so many besties?" And he's like, "Oh no, you're all my besties." And I was like, "So we don't know who is ranked one and who is ranked 66, but one is that way and 66 is I just made the cut beneath 70.
Yeah.
But if more people get added, then I'll be 80th, 100th, 110th. You know,
Exactly, exactly. But he has a great talent. I think he is really good in bringing people together. And I think let's
yeah,
when we jump back to the beginning, what I said is like finding new friends, especially like in a city like New York City. You can imagine there's so many people out there,
yeah,
but there are also many people lonely, right? And I
yes,
think that might be a good topic for another time, loneliness, and
true.
especially in New York City. There are, I have the feeling a lot of people there feel alone, but you need to
Yeah.
push yourself out of the comfort zone, right?
Yes.
To find people and become friends with others, and
Look who's saying, eh? Look who's saying these words.
yeah, guys, I'm normally. What you sent me? What was the? I'm not introverted and extroverted. I'm something in between.
Ambivert.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
that's what I am, and it depends on the situation. I think a lot of people can relate to that. I would say, right?
I think,
Depending.
yeah, I think to each their own, and every step of the way or any situation, you can either be an ambivert, an introvert, or an extrovert, or sometimes you just don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that you're being rude or you're being uncomfortable, you don't like them. You're just like not in that space. You've had a long week or like a tiring day, and you just want some peace and quiet. Um, that's what I sometimes have days like that. So I have a lot more quieter life than Potterhead here. But yeah, it works out between the two of us.
Exactly. Any question which you wrote down beforehand you wanna ask me?
I definitely want to know one thing. What do you do when your friends are unavailable and you want to make a decision of something? Is that friend of yours that you spoke about always available for you, or how do you go forward with that situation?
No, he's not because there's a time zone difference as well, and he has also his own life, right? But
Yeah.
damn, no. I mean, and it's also okay like that, you know. Um, yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. Sometimes you would like to have kind of a second opinion, right, on certain things,
Yeah.
and but I think it's also, I don't know. I'm always a person. I'm okay with making decisions. You know, I'm really like. Um, I'm good with saying one or zero, you know, when we go in the coding world. um, but
Only coders are gonna understand
I
that.
know it's sort of like black and
No one else will
white.
get it.
Let's say black and white, but I don't like this term. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
um, yeah, you know what I mean. Yes or no.
Yes.
Um, but
That's why I said there's a select few who's gonna get this one,
yeah,
and no
yeah.
one else, everybody else will like, excuse me,
Excuse
and
me,
then
what
you
he's
might have to
talking
do a
about?
separate video explaining what that joke means.
Yeah, true, true. So, yeah, I mean, especially when you be far away, right? I mean, on the other
Yeah.
side of the Atlantic. I mean, it's sometimes hard, right?
Yeah.
Because some, as I said before, some decisions only trust certain people, right, and not everyone. But I think that's also has to do with life. I mean, at the end, make your decision as part of becoming an adult, growing, and then stick to that decision and don't beat yourself up. If it didn't turn out well, right? I
No,
mean,
I see you on that. I
yeah.
think that makes complete sense, and it's I think sometimes we don't really know which way is the right way,
Mm,
but rather than just thinking about it all the time, which I normally guilty of, I need to just take the steps. So this year, there's a lot of moving pieces that
mm,
I'm just taking the steps off, and we'll know next year after 6 to 8 months um, what's that result of what are the things I should have done, what I shouldn't. But at least there'll be some results and things moving forward than just in my brain.
mm,
So it's you know good thing that way. But yeah, I would say I think this is a good place for us for starters, and then definitely people please share what friendship means for you and what you would like, if anything we missed out within friendship in your comments, and we can look into answering that in the first half or the first few seconds of the next video, and then jump into. I like the idea that you said to jump into loneliness, so
mm.
we can talk loneliness in New York. Uh,
Big
I,
topic. Yeah.
we could write a whole freaking podcast for this, but we will just segment it for one of the sessions and see whether more questions come in. We can accordingly space it out.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. And I think it's also for us. I mean, I don't know how you feel, but I think recording that, showing it to the world. I mean, it's also a lot, you know. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
happy to do that, and maybe there are some people out there. They were like, hey, nice, cool, what they're saying. I can relate to that, so I'm happy to do that. But it's also not easy for us. I would say, for me at least, it's not easy now. Um,
It's not easy for either, brother.
yeah,
So it's not just one. It's these are tough topics. That is the reason why we are doing it. It is
absolutely.
in the end of the day, we all will grow from this experience, and we will learn more about ourselves. So I think this is one of a great way of starts, and then maybe something else will come out of it, or we'll learn something else about each other. So why not? It's the question is why not,
Why
right?
not? I
So
think
let's
that's a good ending. Thank you guys for joining Brothers from Another Life. Was a pleasure, Nature Call, and see you and in the next podcast. Then stay tuned. Bye, guys. Bye.
all right. Take care. Bye.